Hello and welcome to this channel where we talk about personal life and financial growth. Today we shall talk about budgeting. A budget is a key ingredient to financial success. A budget is a plan for your money. It is how you want to spend your money. A budget will help a person direct their money to areas where they intend and hence will be able to gain control of their money. Budgeting is telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went, says Dave Ramsey. This means that you are in control of your money. Since budgeting puts you in control of your money, money management becomes very interesting, fun, easy, and empowering. Budgeting is not about limiting yourself. It is about making the things that excite you possible. When used correctly, a budget should not limit you. Instead, it should empower you. Budgeting is not just for the people who do not have money, but budgeting is for everyone that wants to ensure that money is enough. Creating a budget. When you're creating a budget, you want to ensure that you have a well-planned budget. A well-planned budget should help prioritizing spending, and it should also help in allocating resources more efficiently. When you want to prioritize spending, you may adapt one of these three principles. The first principle, which is the one which is called the step method, will encourage an individual to start by prioritizing their needs, then their wants, and finally their luxury. The second principle, which is a trade-off principle, whereby one trades off their most prioritized need, such as a basic need like food, against the less prioritized spending, such as a luxury. The 1-2-3 principle is the third method that you can use to prioritize your spending, and this is where needs are categorized into category 1, category 2, and category 3. Category 1 is basically the needs, followed by wants, and then luxury will fall under category 3. Whichever principle you use to prioritize your spending, just know that it is important to differentiate between necessary spending and luxury spending so that you can prioritize spending optimally. The three principles of prioritizing spending have been analyzed comprehensively in our video on frugal living tips. We have attached the link to the video in the comment section below. An ideal budget should be able to help in allocating resources more efficiently. In this case, the budget should be able to help a person allocate more money to the needs, then the wants, and finally, if some money is left, allocate it to luxury spending. When you allocate your money efficiently, by starting with the most pressing and important needs all the way to the less important need, you'll be on the right track to your financial success. A budget should be able to ensure that money is set aside for emergencies and for investments. Using a budget, one is able to set achievable financial goals as one is able to identify all income streams and the amount of income and expenditure for a given period. The process of creating a budget will entail the following activities. Number 1, identify all your net income or net incomes and you list them. List all your expenses. Categorize your expenses into either needs or wants. Needs being the items that you can't live without or items that you need for you to make more money. Items such as food, utilities such as power and water, transport to go to work. All these fall under needs. Wants are the items that you want that you aspire to have, but you can still do without. For instance, going on expensive holidays, signing up for a gym, dining in a luxurious restaurant. Start by paying yourself first through saving and investment, as well as setting aside some money for emergencies. Financially smart people create a saving budget first, then plan the spending budget. Are you financially smart? Says Nita Menezes. Determine a percentage such as 10% or 20% to go into savings. Start by taking the percentage and putting it aside. The remaining money should then be divided between wants and needs. Start with the needs. Once you fulfill the needs, you can go to the wants. If after taking care of the needs, the money left is either too little or completely utilized, you can spend on the wants on another day. So in essence, you should allocate income to your needs first, then the remaining money goes to your wants. Let's discuss 2 tools of budgeting. The first budgeting tool is called the 50-30 rule. And this is where you allocate 50% of your income to needs, 30% is allocated to your wants, and then 20% goes to debt payment, savings, and investments. when it comes to needs, which are the items needed for survival or for the generation of more income, try to ensure that these do not go beyond 50% of your net income. Next, ensure you allocate money to be spent on other items that are not so important, but they are good for you as they make you happy. These are the wants and the luxuries. Try to ensure that these expenses do not exceed 30% of your net income. The 20% balance should then be used in paying yourself. Some people also categorize items like paying tax here, tithe, and charity under this 20% category. The second budgeting tool is called the 80-10-10 budget rule, where you spend on all your needs 80% of your income. The 10% goes into whatever you value, be it charity, tithing, or contribution to a worthy cause that you value so much. The last 10% goes to your income items, to your luxury items. Luxury may include items such as expensive holiday destination, buying the state-of-the-art car and gadgets. There are several other budgeting tools that we shall cover in our future videos. Subscribe and hit that notification bell for you to be notified anytime a new video is uploaded on this channel. I request that you particularly like and share this video widely. To the returning subscribers, I appreciate your support. For a budget to be successful, you need to do the following. You need to be disciplined, you need to automate, you need to be creative, and you need to reduce expenses. Try as much as possible to spend within your budget. Discipline is of essence here if you are to stick to your budget, to the budget allocations. You'll find that initially when you start the budget, the percentages of the money that you have directed to the various categories will not be as per the situation on the ground. You'll find that even the expenses are by far more than the net income. And this is where you have to reduce the expenses. To reduce expenses, you have to track your spending to identify where you can cut the expenses or eliminate them altogether. You should gradually try to cut back your expenses. Review your spending. Look for ways to downsize by maybe moving into a small apartment or driving a smaller car after selling the fuel guzzler car. Consider public transport, or you can consider carpooling with your friends, neighbors, or colleagues. Adapt conservative actions such as switching off lights when not needed, fixing any water leakages in the house, using energy-saving bulbs, using energy-saving and efficient gadgets to reduce utility costs. Look for free or low-cost entertainments. Things like hiking, visiting public beaches, playing games such as board games. Remember, fun does not have to cost a fortune, and the best things in life are free. Just because you can afford it does not mean you have to buy it. Creativity is very critical to achieving a successful budget. Always strive to come up with creative but cheaper and efficient, effective ways of fulfilling your needs and wants, as well as ensuring you keep to your savings and investment goals. If you want creativity, take a zero off your budget. If you want sustainability, take off 2 zeros, said James Lerner. A good example of being creative is to shop smart. This is where you make informed and strategic shopping decisions. Seek value for money when shopping. Don't just buy low quality things because you're saving. Look for durability, carry out your research, buy store brands, buy in bulk to take advantage of volume discounts. Take advantage of coupons. Avoid impulse buying. Wait for sales. When there's a sale, go buy the good on sale. Buy such goods that you will have established that you need to buy and have budgeted for. Warren Buffett once said, "Price is what you pay and value is what you get." To ensure you set aside these funds without fail, you can automate the system by putting in place a standing order with your bank under savings and investments. You can also automate the entire budgeting process by adapting apps and tools available online. Budgeting doesn't mean you deprive yourself of happiness. Ensure you spend money on yourself or for your loved ones. It means spending money according to the direction you have established in your budget. Spend because you have planned for it and not just to keep up with the Joneses. Keeping up with the Joneses is where you do conspicuous spending. You spend for people to see and to keep up with other people so that you can feel like you belong. You spend on conspicuous expensive items such as designer clothes, expensive holidays, big cars and expensive phones just to keep up with the people. You don't have to do that. Like Will Rogers said, too many people spend money they haven't earned to buy things they don't want, to impress people they don't like. Avoid wasting money on luxury. Ask yourself before buying a luxurious item, if you buy it, will it add to your wealth or is it going to subtract from your wealth? Are you buying the item for long-term satisfaction or is it just for short-term thrill? Try and delay your gratification. Apply the 24-hour rule. When you see an item that you really desire and you're considering buying it, take 24 hours before buying it and think about it. Come back 1 day or 2 days later and ask yourself if you really need it. If you still feel you need it, you can buy it. If not, you'll have saved your money. If you buy things you do not need, soon you'll have to sell things that you need, said Warren Buffett. Remember, budgeting is simply directing your money where you want it to go. It should not be so boring and something that you're dreading to do. Dave Ramsey, very good with debt management and has given advice to many people on debt management and how to get out of it, said, you must gain control over your money or the lack of it will forever control it. So, you control your money or it controls you. An example of a budget is if you're earning 50,000, for example, as your net income, you should allocate 50%, which is equivalent to 25,000. All the amount spent on your needs should go up to a maximum of 25,000. When you're starting, it might not be perfect, and this is where you're supposed to see how you can reduce a cost on some of the needs so that everything fits within the 50%. So things like mortgages, insurances, utilities, transport, debt payout, phone bill should all fall under this category and should give you 50% of your net income. The other 30% will represent the wants. Ensure that everything falls within the 30% or 15,000. Items such as entertainment, restaurants, gym, luxury shopping, subscriptions and TV streaming, other luxury services all fall under this category. The last percentage, which is 20% and represents 10,000, should go into savings, emergency funds, investments, tithe, and charity. Ensure that everything falls within the 10,000. It does not go beyond. Alright guys, that is an example of a 50-30-20 rule budget. We have pinned a link in the comment section for an example of the 50-30-20 budget tool we developed. Financial circumstances and priorities differ among individuals. They are very personalized. As an individual, you're supposed to assess your own financial situation, set realistic goals, and make informed decisions based on your unique circumstances. Then you should be able to develop